Very good evening, everyone. Myself, Dr. Venkatesh Karthikeyan. I'm senior resident in AIIMS Patna. I'm a public health professional. I was invited by Abhishek ji for sharing few of the scope of AI in public health. And I think it's a very timely thing to talk about AI, especially in public health, because people commonly think about the utility of AI in day-to-day clinical practice, and they target on influencing or bringing benefits to an individual. But what we often neglect is how AI can play a role in addressing huge masses, a huge population. So I'm here to share a few of my experiences about the projects which I'm working in, which has bearing in AI and public health, as well as an overview about how AI can be used in public health and how it is being used in the field of public health, both within and outside India. So broadly, I'll be touching on the topics about what is internet, what is AI, what are the uses of AI in public health, what are the guiding principles for using AI in public health, key considerations for implementing AI in public health, key priority areas, and I'll touch upon the limitations, and I'll conclude with that. As we all know, our government of India has recently launched many initiatives like the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, which lays emphasis on creating Ayushman Bharat Health Number. This ABA ID, if you would have been to AIIMS for any treatment, you would have been generated and given this ABA ID. So this is a great step towards digitalization of health records. And this digitalization of health records holds profound potential to change the way we collect information and interact with the health system. In recent times, the increasing volume of health-related data is generated from many sources, from various clinics, hospitals, tertiary care centers like us. Like that, the data related to health, we are generating tons and tons of data, and this necessitates the increasing integration with computers' capacity of analyzing complex data with the assistance of AI, so that it can be leveraged for the benefit of public health. So, before discussing the role of AI in public health, just I'll touch upon what is AI. AI refers to a software program that can simulate a context-sensitive response or a conversation with a human user in natural language through messaging services, websites, or mobile applications. This might look a bit complex. To put in simple terms, AI is a feature where machine learns to perform tasks rather than simply carrying out computations that are input by human users. So it is not simply calculating 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. It does not serve as a calculator rather, but it learns how to perform these tasks. So this is AI in simple terms. Just for refreshing our memories, I included this slide. So the ability of AI, if you see in public health, the ability of AI models to analyze and interpret large health data sets can be transformative for public health and epidemiology and lays the foundation for precision public health. What is precision public health? Similar to how precision medicine, like we are using genomic sequencing, we are trying to learn about genes and other personalized patient data so that we can tailor make our treatment. We can give right treatment to the right person at the right time. Similarly, precision public health is an emerging discipline that uses extensive population-specific data to provide the right intervention to the right population at the right time. The analysis of large-scale health data from many sources may provide more and better insights on the determinants of the disease on both the personalized as well as the population level. This can help accelerate public health surveillance and shape public health policies and implementation activities. So as we know, there are different subfields in AI. So you guys know better than me. So I'll try to skip this. Go in a faster way. Machine learning is a process of applying training data to a learning algorithm, and the algorithm generates a set of rules based on the identified data patterns. These rules can then be used to classify new data or predict future data. By using different training data, the same learning algorithm could be used to generate different models. In public health, this machine learning helps in understanding complex connections between genetics, environment, and disease. So in this moment, I would like to just touch upon a few points about my project, which I'm doing in collaboration with ICMR. So it's a multi-centric project carried out across different centers in India. So what we actually do is that whenever someone is having head injury, they come to a hospital, they get admitted in our trauma or emergency ward, and we are trying to take care of the patient and help them recover. But based on the baseline data, is it possible for someone to predict how this head injury patient will behave, or how well or how poorly he will recover after 1 month or after 6 months or after 1 year? What is his prognosis? What will be his prognosis? So to answer this question, will machine learning be able to help us? So that was a research question which was in our mind. In order to answer this question, we are conducting this study, which will help us to predict the prognosis of head injury patients based on the data at the time of admission and at the time before discharge, so that we'll be able to predict how good the patient will recover at the end of 1 year and what are the long-term implications of this head injury. So like this, several projects are being taken, and it's funded by ICMR, which obviously means that government is also interested in promoting machine learning and AI-related research in healthcare sector, particularly in public health. So as we know, another domain of AI is natural language processing. It automates the ability to read, understand, and derive meaning from human language. In public health, this natural language processing helps in behavior analysis through the social media and consumer-generated data. So in public health, this natural language processing, even this subdomain of AI, is gaining a lot of significance, especially for mental health related research and mental health related interventions. So this natural language processing broadly has two subfields. One is natural language understanding and the other one is natural language generation. So natural language understanding, here the algorithms are designed to understand human writings using a coded understanding of grammar, syntax and semantics. How it is useful in public health? It helps in prediction of loneliness in older adults, and many such predictions can be done with the help of natural language understanding. Whereas natural language generation is nothing but the algorithms are designed to automatically transform structured data into a plain language which can be understood by me and you. In public health, this natural language generation helps in removing identifiers from electronic health records data, and many such utility is there in natural language generation in public health. The next subdomain is cognitive search. It is the use of AI solutions such as machine learning and natural language processing to incorporate and understand digital content from different types of sources such as text, images, videos, and machine data. To broadly or to say it in a non-specific way, it is something like Google Lens. Okay, the goal is to improve the relevance of results generated from a user search. For example, AI-based search engine was used to evaluate and analyze information about COVID-19, and AI helps in decision making through modeling and understanding of multiple variables and complex systems. The next subdomain is robotics. It is an interdisciplinary research area at the interface of computer science and engineering, and the goal of robotics is to design intelligent machines that can assist human activity. So I'm from Tamil Nadu, and in the place I studied MBBS from Madurai, and in one of the top hospitals in Madurai, during the time of COVID, they had employed robots for providing food to the patients, for cleaning the floors and wards. So because at the time of COVID pandemic, where everyone was afraid to go near COVID patients, robotics had played a key role, and that can be seen just as a beginning. So many such utility of robotics in public health is coming every day. So for example, as I said, disinfection of contaminated areas, delivery of medications, delivery of food, measuring of vital signs in infectious environment. So in many places, robotics also is gaining significance. And then the next subdomain is virtual agents, that is chatbots. So there are software applications. These are software applications that mimic written or spoken human speech to stimulate a conversation or interaction with a real person. I think we are using this technology on kind of day-to-day basis, like be it ChatGPT or be it interacting with some booking agency, flight ticket booking agency. So this virtual chatbots are upcoming rapidly these days. And how this can be used in public health? It can be used to counsel or to disseminate information or address queries related to healthy lifestyle or wellness, related to health queries related to mental health, reproductive health, weight control, and even for facilitating smoking cessation. These virtual agents or chatbots are being used in public health. Then another utility is computer vision. Here we are training the computers to interpret and understand the visual world. Using digital images from cameras and videos and deep learning methods, this computer vision can be used for interpreting and understanding the visual world, and machines can accurately identify and classify objects. So in our context of public health, it can be used for medical imaging and predictive modeling. So if you are showing a CT scan or if you are showing an X-ray to a camera, and this X-ray is being interpreted very beautifully by AI. So this is again a rapidly upcoming technology, and even few of my friends are collaborating with Harvard and Stanford, and they are working very seriously in this area of AI and computer vision in public health and in radiology. Next is deep learning. Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that uses algorithms designed as network of decision to learn from data. These networks are often called neural networks. When there are many layers in the network, they are called deep neural networks or deep learning networks. They can identify disease based on the imaging and can predict health status from electronic health records. Next is speech analytics. That is the process of analyzing live or recorded speech to understand and derive meaning. And in public health, it can be used to analyze human behavior and states of human being. So these are few of the upcoming and ongoing activities which is done with the help of AI in the domain of public health. Another project which I'm currently working on is in collaboration with Badwani AI. So it is nothing but we are trying to uh, we are trying to measure the height, weight, and other vitals of a newborn baby, of an infant or a neonate, just by using the help of a camera. How we are doing it? We are trying to develop a software where if a ground level worker, maybe an ASHA or an ANM, going to the home of the patient or while during her routine home visits to the newborn, she will just take a short video or she'll take photo of the infant, and based on that photograph, the AI will be able to predict. AI will be able to tell us what is the height of the baby, what is the weight of the baby, and what is his vitals. So currently, this piloting of this project is going on, and I'm a part of it. So we could also see many such projects are ongoing in different parts of the country as well as in the world, and gives us a great hope because being a resource limited country like India, where a presence of doctors is not possible in every nook and corner, or even the presence of basic instruments might not be. For example, just imagine carrying a weighing machine. Okay, carrying a weighing machine might not be feasible in every circumstance, but almost everyone has a mobile, and even government provides tablets to all the ground level, grassroots level healthcare workers. And indirectly, we are trying to say our tablet or mobile is going to serve as a weighing machine, apart from 100 other utilities it has. So this is going to be a game changer, and it will help in identifying and catching malnourishment at the earliest stage, and that child can be referred to the higher centers, and the life of the child can be saved. So imagine the impact it is going to bring when we are going to implement in a large scale in such a huge country like India. So that is the magnitude of difference that artificial intelligence can make in public health. But there are a few guiding principles which include that the AI in public health must be guided by superior technical and ethical considerations aimed to mitigate ethical risks in public health and related policy interventions reflected in the following guiding principles. The first principle is people-centered. So our AI solutions should be for the goodness of the people. It should be ethically grounded. It should be transparent. The data should be protected. So this again is a big matter of concern. How safe is my data? Is my data? How safe is our data? Is again a question. Scientific integrity is a question. It should be open and shareable. It should be scientific integrity must be present, and it should not be discriminatory. It should be equally available to all, and it should be human controlled technology. It should not be like these AIs take over humans and it goes beyond our control. You might have seen the movie Robot. All of us are afraid about what will happen if it is not going to be human controlled. So these guiding principles must be kept while designing AI tools, and especially it is more relevant in the field of public health. So human rights like dignity, respect for life, freedom, health, self-determination, equity, justice, and privacy, all of it must be safeguarded, and it should not be compromised. And ethical principles also shouldn't be compromised, while at the same time protecting the rights of the individual. So we should be able to design AI interventions which are useful for the human beings without compromising any of these rights of the individual. So this all past 10, 15 minutes, I was talking very good things about AI, especially in public health. But what are the challenges? What are the limitations? First thing is the limited concerns on data quality and quantity. First is quantity. So we are going to generate, we are already generating tons and tons or TBs and TBs of data, and it's definitely going to increase in days to come. And quantity is a matter. Again, quality is again a matter, because without quality data, it is very difficult to use the data and utilize it for developing AI algorithms. So we have limitations on the basis of data quality and quantity. Transparency of AI model is a limitation. Like we don't, if a company is coming up with AI model, due to different reasons, they might not reveal how it works. And all these things is a matter of concern, especially from an administrative point of view. Evidence of clinical utility is a concern, and that's why many researches are being promoted by the government of India. Regulatory challenges are present, like many guidelines are provided. Even now, WHO has released a guideline of how to use AI, what are the things which should be considered, and many such guidelines will be keep on coming and updating. That will be a potential challenge. Of course, ethical issues will be there, and bias might occur. Cost is a factor, and in a country like India, especially, buying costly equipments or investing a huge sum of money on AI is again is not so easy. As we know, the percentage of GDP spent for health already is very less, and if we are going to strengthen our healthcare infrastructure in terms of IT, again, it's going to incur a lot of cost. And how feasible it is for us to adopt to newer technologies by investing such a huge amount of money is again a question, is a matter of question. And non-availability of devices and equipments to collect data is there. So, however, on paper, government is giving tablets to all the health level, grassroots level health workers, but how many of them are actually using it? They don't even bring it to they don't even carry it with them. Even if they carry, there is no charge. Even if there is charge, and even if they carry, there is no internet signal. And even if there is signal, it is not recharged, and they are not ready to pay from their pocket. And as far as I know, there is no provision for the government till date where the government is going to recharge for the internet usage in that particular tab. So all these practical issues are there, and this is again going to be a very important limitation. And more importantly, resistance to change by healthcare workers. So we doctors are already afraid that AI is going to take over our field, just like any other field, which is again a matter of debate. But there is definite resistance of healthcare workers, which can be due to many reasons. One reason, which might seem very simple, very addressable, but is a major thing, is that doctors may not be so much comfortable in using computers, especially on a day-to-day basis in wards where they need to type long patient history and all. So a little bit, I mean, lesser preference for computers and more preference for writing is again a challenge in generating health-related data. And this is one of the many factors which contributes towards resistance to change by healthcare workers, and lack of human interaction and empathy, which AI cannot address, is again a major limitation for utilizing AI in public health on a large scale. So to conclude, there is a great scope for AI in public health. However, AI in public health is still in infancy, and there is a need for addressing various challenges associated with AI usage. AI systems that collaborate with human experts can enable a symbiosis between AI and human to harness the advantage of both, and this synergy will help to achieve performance that surpasses that of AI or human experts alone. AI is an addendum and not a replacement for human touch in public. So these are my references. Thank you. Please let me know if there is any queries.
There is a query by one of our attendees.
Yes, please.
That reads that will during surgery the AI also gonna replace those human value or the humans during the surgery as well?
At the moment, a few of my friends in the field of surgery are also working in this field, and robotics in surgery is not a new thing. It's there for quite a long time. But the thing is that the surgeons are operating these robots, and these robots are going to touch the human and perform the surgery. But the mastermind is that of the humans. So at the moment, till now, humans are controlling these robots, and in future, of course, there's chances that robots may independently perform surgeries as well. We cannot rule out that possibility. But again, there are so many ethical and practical considerations which may not allow it to be happening independently. It will definitely happen, but in a supervised manner, and the level of supervision and the level of human intervention in that might keep on reducing as days goes on.
Yeah, supervision is exactly necessity. And thank you for this. When Ume was presenting, that was also a deep dive of knowledge in about the design learning. So now, last but not the least, Dr. Karthik, please tell us something about the current use and perspective of AI in medicine.
For Venkatesh, then we'll go to the Karthik.
Sorry.
Yeah, I have one question for Dr. Venkatesh, and then we'll go to the Dr.
Yeah, go on, definitely.
Yeah. So Venkatesh, we are saying AI and deep learning, all this stuff, but at the background, if you see, it's data, right? So how good we are in terms of data in India? Because I was just saying I have been to the lot of AIIMS and medical hospitals. They're still skeptical to store in an electronic medium of data. Even AIIMS Delhi, I was just before 2-3 months, and they said, Abhishek, last remember just a year ago we had one hack at the ICMR and it got so much of loss. I said, sir, you just store the data for next 3 years and we'll ahead of 30 years in AI for medicine. He said still 80% is the resilience is to not use AI in terms they don't have even electronic media of data storage. There is I didn't find so much of digital media, even such as AIIMS Delhi, you can say, which is like a national hospital. So where do you think are the source in terms of data in India, especially AIIMS, what they are doing with this data terms, what they are looking forward in next 3 years, 2 years, if you could enlighten us there.
Okay, so in my observation, our institute AIIMS Patna is very good in terms of IT and IT infrastructure and data generation. So we have invested a lot of money and we have a very strong IT team, and we do maintain large quantity and good quality of data. But this is I may not be able to generalize this finding throughout India and for other AIIMS because again all these data storage, data generation, maintenance, everything involves a lot of costs, and focus on data is just for the we are gaining focus on data for the just past few years, and it might not be a sudden shift. A sudden shift might not happen in terms of data storage, data generation, quality data generation, validation, and you are developing models on it. It might take time. Main thing I see is that the reason for it is lack of funds and lack of trained manpower in doing this. Lack of funds in the sense lack of funds to allot for this particular activity. So more if a hospital is having 100 crores, a hospital will try to spend most of its money in patient care. So this data is might not be a key priority or the first priority for an administrator who is the director or dean of the institute. So first focus is given on clinical care, and then only rest of the money they will try to allot to IT sector. But I feel this scenario is fast changing, especially in central institutes like AIIMS, where the data value of data and the positive effect it can make is very well understood by the administrators. So we can anticipate this situation to be reflected in other parts of the country also soon, especially with the current government's commitment in digitalizing health and health records. It's a very positive sign.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much for the answer.
Okay, now let's listen to Dr. Karthik. Dr. Karthik, present your PDF.
Hi, Himani.